It was a quiet morning in the mountains. The mist covered the valley, and the sound of temple bells filled the air. A young man sat alone on a large rock at the edge of a hill, staring into the distance. His eyes looked tired, and his heart felt heavy. He had failed his exams again. His friends were getting jobs, earning money, and moving forward in life. But he felt stuck, useless, unwanted, and invisible. He picked up a stone and threw it into the valley. "Maybe I'm just worthless," he whispered. "Everyone else is good at something. Why can't I be like them?" Just then, an old monk appeared behind him. The monk walked slowly, carrying a wooden staff, and smiled gently as if he already knew what the young man was thinking. "Quite a strong throw," the monk said. "Were you trying to hit the clouds or throw away your sadness?" The young man lowered his head. "Master, I failed again. I try so hard, but I keep disappointing everyone. I feel like I have no purpose." The monk sat beside him. After a long silence, he said, "Let me tell you a story, the story of two pots. Once upon a time, a monk lived in a small temple near a river. Every morning, he went to the river to fetch water. He carried two clay pots tied to a wooden stick balanced on his shoulders. One pot was perfect, smooth, shiny, and strong. It carried water without spilling a drop. The other pot had a small crack on one side. Each time the monk walked home, it leaked water along the way. By the time he reached the temple, half the water was gone. The perfect pot often teased the cracked one. "You're such a failure," it said proudly. "You can't even do one job properly. Look at me, I'm full every day. You just waste the monk's time." The cracked pot felt sad and ashamed. It began to believe it was useless. One morning, as the monk was filling water, the cracked pot spoke in a soft, trembling voice. "Master, I'm sorry. I try to carry water for you, but I always leak. I'm not like the other pot. I'm broken and weak. Please replace me with a better one." The monk smiled kindly. "Why do you think you are useless?" he asked. "Because I can't carry water properly," the cracked pot said. "The perfect pot does its job well. I fail every single day." The perfect pot, overhearing this, smirked. "See, master. I've told you before. You should throw it away and get another pot like me, perfect and strong." The monk said nothing. He filled both pots as usual and started walking back home. "Let's talk again when we reach the temple," he said gently. The monk walked slowly along the narrow dirt path. The perfect pot held all its water proudly, while the cracked pot leaked drop after drop along the way. When they reached the temple, the monk set both pots down. "Now, look back at the path we walked," he said. The cracked pot turned around, and froze in surprise. On its side of the path, colorful flowers were blooming, yellow, red, and purple, swaying gently in the breeze. On the other side, where the perfect pot had hung, the path was dry and lifeless. The cracked pot couldn't believe its eyes. "Master, these flowers?" The monk smiled. "Yes. I planted seeds along your side of the path, knowing your crack would leak water every day. You thought you were failing, but you were watering these flowers all along. Without you, this road would have remained barren." The cracked pot's eyes filled with tears. "All this time, I thought I was broken." The monk said softly. "You are cracked, but that's not a bad thing. Sometimes our cracks are what make the world more beautiful." The perfect pot looked down, ashamed. It realized that though it was flawless, it had given nothing to anyone. Its perfection had served only itself. The cracked pot smiled. It finally understood, even its flaws had meaning. The monk finished his story. The young man sat quietly, thinking deeply. After a while, he said, "Master, I understand the cracked pot now. I've always compared myself with others who seem perfect. I never realized my flaws could have a reason. The monk nodded. The problem isn't your flaws, it's how you see them. You see others' success but not their struggles. Everyone has cracks. Some hide them, some accept them. But nobody is truly perfect. The young man looked down. But master, he said softly, I'm like that cracked pot, except I don't see any flowers in my life. I've failed so many times, but I don't see anything good coming from it. If my cracks have a purpose, where are my flowers? The monk smiled. That's a good question. But tell me, when do flowers bloom? The young man thought for a moment. After some time, after watering and sunlight. Exactly, said the monk. You are still walking your path. Flowers don't bloom the same day the seeds are planted. Some take weeks, some months, some even years. But if you keep walking, your cracks will water something beautiful, you just haven't reached your season yet. The monk stood up and walked toward a small pond nearby. Come, he said. Look into the water. The young man leaned forward. I see my reflection, he said. Is it clear? Asked the monk. No, the water is shaking, the young man replied. That's your mind, the monk said. When your mind trembles with doubt and comparison, you can't see who you truly are. But when it becomes calm, you'll see your real reflection, strong and full of light. He dropped a small stone into the pond. Ripples spread across the surface. See these ripples, said the monk. They're like your worries. They disturb you for a while, but the water always becomes still again. You just need patience. He looked up at the sky and said. Even the moon has dark spots, yet it lights up the whole night. Your flaws don't make you worthless, they make you human. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be real. The young man took a deep breath. So, I don't need to fix all my cracks. The monk smiled. No one can. What matters is how you use them. The perfect pot carried water, but the cracked pot gave life. Don't hide your flaws. Let them help you grow, and help others too. They both stood silently, watching the sunlight fill the valley. The young man noticed small wildflowers growing between the rocks near his feet. He smiled softly. Maybe my flowers are still growing, he said. The monk nodded. Not maybe, definitely. As they walked down the hill together, the young man felt lighter. His failures didn't feel like curses anymore, they felt like lessons. His cracks were not weaknesses, they were proof that he had tried, fallen, and kept going. We all have flaws and scars. Some we hide, some we wear openly. But they don't make us worthless, they make us real. The same fire that melts wax can also forge steel. It depends on what you're made of. So stop comparing your journey with someone else's. Stop cursing your imperfections. Somewhere along your path, flowers are waiting to bloom, and they need your water, not someone else's. Nobody is perfect, not even the monk, not even the moon. But everyone can shine through their cracks. And when you do, the world becomes a little more beautiful.